Good engagement office. I'm gonna go back to the first question, or rather the first statement. I don't want to hear about the history. If you don't know the history, you cannot connect as to why we should be voting now. The history says from the start, there was a war not to include you. That's what the history says. Get here 1619, even though it was a little earlier than that, as slaves. We bump it up to 1865, 1864, there's a war. Those who win say, we're going to change the law. First law says, you free. Next law says, you're a citizen. And then the third law says, you can vote, which means 13, 14, 15. And what happened right after that? Reconstruction. And then you had more black congressmen and black U.S. senators than you've ever had in the history of the country, primarily in Mississippi, changing things like crazy. And they said, oh, Lord, you ought to let these Negroes vote. And so then they began to make another move to prevent you from voting. Why? Because then women couldn't vote. The only people who could vote were white men and black men. Voting didn't just start for black people in 1964 with the Voters' Rights Act. It started then. So before women were able to advance their interest in voting, black men had the right to vote in the mid-1800s. But when they realized what you were going to do with your vote, they worked to take it away from you. Because voting, when we're talking about government is nothing but taking tax dollars and distributing the tax dollars of the people to where government wants it to be. One of the functional definitions of politics is the fight over the scarce, is the allocation and a fight over the scarce resources. That's why we're voting every 6 months. It started out as a war, and it's a war every single day. The mayor just gave her budget address, right? Did anyone hear how much money she asked for Philadelphians? She asked for $6.6 billion. So what are you going to do with that, Cherrell? She said, well, I want to get black businesses going. She said, I want to put trash cleaned up in the street twice a week. She said, I want to get rid of the blight in the city. She said, we're going to take care of Kensington. What do you mean? You don't want people shooting up on the L? You don't want syringes on the street? She said she wanted a cleaner, greener, safer, and black men, our number one issue, economic opportunity for all. Now, there was a person who ran for president that I picked up something on, and I said, wow. She ran for president. How many people, let me press pause, how many people here vote in every election? How many people sometimes skip an election? I'm a super voter. I vote in every single election, right? When Hillary Clinton ran for office, I didn't get one email from her. I didn't get one text message. Remember when Obama, you was getting everything. I didn't get one knock on the door. I'm like, it's possible. It could be a glitch. I go to visit my homie Stan in another neighborhood, and here comes Hillary Clinton's people down the street. They knocking on doors. Stan is a super voter. I'm on the porch. I can't wait to talk to him because I ain't getting nothing. They skipped that door.
Wow.
I said, oh. I'm a political strategist prior to getting into government. I know exactly what's going on here. Their numbers said we can't afford to wake up black men because we don't know exactly which way they're going to go. And what happened to her? She lost because she ignored you. Because your voice wasn't heard.